There's a powerful visualization technique that can help with decision making. So, if you're feeling paralyzed by a tough decision, feeling stuck like you just can't move forward no matter how much you think about it, then I encourage you to give this a try. And I call this technique the empty room. It's something that can help you set aside the noise, gain clarity, and get in touch with your intuition. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori Barker, and I'm a therapist, educator, and consultant, and I love giving people tips to help them improve their mental health and start living their best lives. I'm going to describe how the empty room works. Now, there are other versions of this out there that you could try, but this is the version that I've come up with that I find has been very helpful when working with my clients. So I'm not actually going to guide it through you, kind of like a guided visualization. However, I do have another video where I do that. So if you'd like my help, my guidance through this exercise, you can also check out that other video. The first thing you would do is find a nice quiet spot where you can sit down or lie down and be comfortable somewhere that's free of distractions. And when you're ready to begin the visualization, you gently close your eyes and imagine yourself in an empty room, just four walls, a ceiling, and a floor, and it's all white. White walls, white ceiling, white floor, and there's nothing in there except you. At the start of the visualization, as you imagine yourself standing there in that empty room, picture yourself feeling safe and feeling comfortable. Now I'm going to give you a series of questions that you ask yourself, and just let the answers to these questions come naturally to you. It doesn't have to be forced. It doesn't have to be, there are no certain right or wrong answers. Just really try to stay in that relaxed, comfortable state and just see what naturally comes up. If you could do absolutely anything you wanted to while you were in this room, what would it be? What would you add to this room to make it more comfortable and more peaceful? If you could only bring 3 things into this room with you, what would they be and why? What purpose would they serve? What could you have in this room that would bring you a sense of pride, of satisfaction, of accomplishment? If this room reflected your deepest values, what would it look like? If you think about values being, your deepest beliefs that you have that guide you in life, that guide your decision making. What are the most important things to you? Your deepest desires. If the room reflected those things, what would it look like? Now imagine that as you're standing there, a window appears on the wall in front of you. Imagine yourself walking toward that wall and looking out the window. What do you see? Try to describe what you see in as much detail as possible. Now imagine that a door appears and the door opens and somebody walks in. Who is that person? How do you feel when that person shows up? Is it a positive feeling, a negative feeling, or neutral? Or if you could choose to have one person in the room with you, who would that person be and why? What would you say to that person? What would they say to you? If that person was going to give you some advice, what would that advice be? If you were going to give that person some advice, what would you say to them? Then you can imagine someone coming in the room that maybe you have some difficulty with. Maybe this is a challenging person. And if you could say anything you wanted to that person, what would you say? And then you can think of some deeper questions, like maybe some more existential questions. I don't know, some of the ones we've already gone over are pretty deep, but think about this one. If the room reflected your future, what would it look like? Think about the room in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road. What would be in that room with you? If you could leave one thing behind in that room forever, what would you leave there and why? Or if you could take one thing with you out of that room, what's the one thing that you would take? When you finish this exercise, check in with yourself to see how you're feeling. What feelings came up? What thoughts came into your mind as you were doing this exercise? Because those thoughts and feelings are going to be clues to the decision that's right for you. Now, this isn't a magic potion. It's not a miracle. You may not get the answer right away. Sometimes clarity takes time. Maybe you return to this exercise as many times as you need to. The main point is that this exercise is designed to help you clear through the noise and focus in on your true, authentic self. To get in touch with that gut feeling, get in touch with your intuition, and see where that guides you, see where it takes you, and then trust that the path that's right for you will be revealed. You can do this exercise on your own, but it probably works best if you have someone else guide you through it. It could be a therapist, a counselor, a coach, or even a trusted friend or family member. If you'd like some further guidance from me, I've actually made a video where I do the empty room as sort of a guided meditation, a really guided visualization exercise. So you can check out that video and use it, again, with my voice kind of guiding you through the exercise, asking you all of those questions. So be sure to check that video out if you would like that extra guidance. I've also made a list of the questions from this video. You can find the link to that list down in the description below and use it as a reference to help you, whether you're doing this on your own or you ask someone else to help guide you through it. If you have questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Or if you try the empty room exercise, come on back to the comments on this video and let me know how it went. I would love to hear from you. So have confidence that the right path for you will be revealed. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.